Hello students, welcome to Sai Sanskar online classroom. Welcome to another session of our online course of mathematics for class 7. In this session, we are going to learn about integers. So before starting today's session, let's take a overview of it. You all can see on the corresponding screen that in this session we learn about properties of addition and subtraction of integers, and then there is a homework for you all. Okay, let's begin it. Very good. Now, properties of addition and subtraction of integers. The first one is closure under addition. This property is so simple. We already do it for whole numbers and in whole numbers. Now we will see it for integers. We have learned that sum of two whole number is again a whole number. We all know about it in our previous class. In the 6th class we all learn about it. So we have learned that sum of two whole numbers the sum of two whole number is again a whole number. For example, you can see that 17 plus 24 equal 41, which is also a whole number. It means this statement is true. So the closure property is shown under addition in the concept of whole number. But is it also same for the integers? Let us see whether this property is true for integers or not. Let's see it. Now there is a statement. There are two observations. The first one is I already do, and the second one you have to check it. The first one is 17 plus 23 equal to 40. Now 17 is a integer and 23 is also an integer. When we add them, what we get? 40. Result is an integer. Yes or no? The second you have to check. The second one you all see on the screen. It will be on the a dash line be there. You can pause the video and then check and then continue it. Since addition of integers gives integers, we say since addition of integers give integers. When we add two integer, what we get? We get again a integer. So we say that we say integers are closed under addition. There are also general properties. In general, for any two integers A and B, A plus B is also an integer. I think you all get the closure property of integers for addition. Now, closure under subtraction. What happens when we subtract an integer from another integer? Can we say that the difference is also an integer? Now, first we check for the addition. We observe and then we say that yes, this is true. This is true that integers are closed under addition. Now we have to check, is integers are closed under subtraction, yes or no. Let's check it through the observation that 7 minus 9 equal to minus 2. 7 is an integer, minus 9 is also integer. No, sorry, 9 is also integer. Then is minus 2 is an integer or not? Now 7 minus 9 equal to minus 2. This is also an integer. It means this is true. And the dash part you have to solve it. You have to check, is it true or no? You can pause the session and then check it. After it, continue the session. Now, since subtraction of integers give integers, here you can see that when we subtract two integers, we again get an integer. It means integers are closed under subtraction. Also, there is the same general way to writing it. In general, for any two integers A and B, A minus B is also an integer. I think you all get it. Very good. Now next is commutative property. Now what is commutative property? Now commutative property, you all know what is commutative property. It is a type of communication between two numbers through addition, subtraction or other mathematical operations. So here you can see that we know that 3 plus 5 equal 5 plus 3 equal to 8. That is the whole number can be added in any order, because it means we can add whole number in any order. In other words, addition is commutative for whole numbers. We all know about it. We have studied about in class 6. Now, can we say the same for integers also? Let's check it. We have 5 plus minus 6 equal to minus 1, and then we reverse the order. First we write the minus 6 and then we write the 5. Now minus 5 plus 5 equal to again minus 1. The answer is the same. Here you can see this is also minus 1, this is also minus 1. The order don't impact on the answer. It means we said that addition is commutative for integers. Now next is, in general for any two integers a and b, we can say, in general for any two integers a and b, we can say that a plus b equal to b plus a. Why? It doesn't make any impact on the answer that if we add first a and then b, or with b and a. It means first we have a, then we add b to it, or we have b, or we add to it. In the both cases, the answer will be same. It means 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2. The answer is always 5. Now, what you have to do? We know that subtraction is not commutative for whole number. As we all know that the commutative property is shown by a whole number in the case of addition, but when we go to subtraction, the property is not shown. This is same for integers? Let's check. Consider the integer 5 and minus 3. Now, is 5 minus 3 the same as minus 3 minus 5? No. The answer is no. Why? Because 5 minus 3 equal to minus plus, so 5 plus 3 equal to 8. In the next, minus 3 minus 5 equal to minus 8. Now, there is a change in the sign of these both. So, we conclude that subtraction is not commutative for integers. I think you all get it. Now, move on the next part. Next is associative property. Very easy property. Observe the following example, you can easily understand it. Consider the integers minus 3, minus 2 and minus 5. As we all know that in the case of associative, we require 3 numbers. So what is the first one is minus 3, next is minus 2 and next one is minus 5. Look at first minus 5 plus, then there is a close bracket, then open bracket, minus 3 plus minus 2. And there is similarly in the second way, but just the order of bracket will be changed. When we solving these both, what we get? In both cases, we get minus 10. How? Minus 3 and minus 2 is minus 5. Now, minus 5, minus 10 in the left hand side. In the right hand side, minus 5, minus 3 equal to minus 8. And minus 8 and minus 2 equal to minus 10. In the both cases, the answer is minus 10. It means both are equal. So, addition is associative for integers. In general, for any integers, a, b and c, we can say that a plus b plus c equal to a plus b plus c. This is the concept of associative property for integers. I think you all get it. Move on the next property. It is additive identity. Now this is the simplest property. When we add 0 to any whole number, we get the same whole number. 0 is an additive identity for the whole numbers. We all know that whenever 0 is added to any number, we get the same number again. So here is an additive identity again for integers also. So here observe these two, fill in the blanks. That one is minus 8 plus 0 equal to minus 8. We get the minus 8. In the second, 0 plus minus 8 equal to minus 8. In the both cases, the answer is same. This doesn't change the answer on the order of the numbers. In the both cases, the order is same. So what we can say that the above example show that 0 is an additive identity for integers. In general, for any integer a plus 0 equal to a equal to 0 plus a. I think you all get it. Very good. Now you all can see say 4 questions on the screen. What you have to do? You have to solve this question, because the basic concept of this question we already discussed about, or we already learned about them in this session. What you have to do? You have to solve these 4 questions. After solving them, you have to take the pics of it. After it, you can upload it on the online school platform if you are registered there. And if you are not registered there, what you can do, you can take these pics and send it to us through WhatsApp. Okay, I think this is enough for today. Okay, God bless you all.